What's going on, everybody? It is the one and only Q from Retro Q Gaming, and I want to try unpack something in this video that will probably be a little bit complex, a little bit convoluted, and it might not even apply to everyone, but I found it helped me, so I'm going to talk about it. Now, what are we talking about in this one? Well, I'm talking about why stopping playing what I consider endless games has been fantastic for me in so many different ways. Now, when I say endless games, I mean various different types of things. I don't mean an endless runner on a mobile phone or an app game or something like that. No. Here's what I'm talking about. I will give you a couple of examples of what I mean by endless games using ones that I played for a relatively significant amount of time. I'm talking Overwatch. I'm talking Gears of War 4, Gears of War 5, Halo 5 Guardians Warzone Firefight. Things like that. Now, of course, there's many different games out there that have all different variants, all different versions, all different types on all of this. You've got your MOBAs, you've got your Battle Royales, hell, even the likes of Call of Duty multiplayer, Battlefield multiplayer, FIFA, Madden, all of this. These all technically fit in there. Now, what do I mean by endless games, if you will? Well, of course, with the likes of Halo or Gears of War, there is a clearly defined campaign single player story. But we're not talking about that mode. We're on other modes, usually specifically multiplayer modes, ones that don't have a clearly defined goal other than maybe just to do the same thing 847 million times and win as much as possible. Now, this isn't to fully take away from all of this. It is entirely possible to play these types of modes or games or genres or whatever it is now and again and still have fun with them, or even play them for significant amounts of time and still have fun with them. But I just find, for me personally, once I stopped playing, on the whole, a majority of this kind of thing, I find that it really helped me out. Now, I have a huge, considerable backlog of games, and I found that when I'm not dedicating 4 hours a night to one specific endless game, I can put a decent amount of time into something else. Something that has a new world, a new story, a new experience, a new tale to tell, new mechanics, new battle systems, new characters, new lore, new whatever it is. And you might be wondering, Q, how can it be this important and be this effective? Well, let's use Overwatch for an example. Now, I haven't played Overwatch since 2016 when it first came out, but I played it solid for about 6 months. And when I say solid, I mean come home from work, play Overwatch for about 6 hours most nights, if not every night, go to sleep, get up for work, rinse, and repeat. There was a time when Halo 5 Guardians Warzone Firefight mode was exactly the same. If I wasn't playing a brand new game in some way, shape or form, I was putting so much time into Halo 5 Guardians Warzone Firefight. And sometimes I was even putting time into that instead of playing any new game I may have bought, or working on any of the backlog that I'd wanted to do. Gears of War 4 is another great example. Typically, a game of Horde would last anywhere up to 2 hours, and I would do maybe 2, 3, or 4 of those in a night. And again, that lasted me for, well, granted that one wasn't as hardcore, but it lasted me over the course of about 2 years until the run-up of Gears of War 5. Thankfully, Gears 5 didn't last anywhere near as long. It was nowhere near as complex, convoluted. Well, convoluted usually sounds negative, but it wasn't anywhere as good, Horde mode that is, when it came to comparing it to previous ones. But overall, the time I can save by not playing these games anymore. And don't get me wrong, I can pick up Halo 5. I can play a game of Warzone for, maybe 15 minutes and have fun and leave it there. I don't have to spend 4, 5, 6 hours doing the same games over and over and over. And sure, while they would be kind of fun, I usually would get a much better return on investment, if you will, at least when it comes to fun and enjoyment, by taking that 5.5 hours I spent extra and putting it into a new RPG or a new game or something different. Now, of course, giving up games like this, or not so much giving up, but kind of playing them considerably more casually, your mileage will vary. But I found that this definitely works for me. It's been fantastic. I've already finished many new games this year alone. Well, I say new games, but I've marked considerably more games off my backlog. Usually many of which are RPGs, which take dozens and dozens of hours. Not all of them, but some of them. So if you're one of those people that basically lives on one game and grinds out the same game 6 hours a night every night, and then wonders why you have no time to put a dent in your backlog. Trust me, try it. You'll thank me later.